Okay, we are going to go over your pre-test for divisibility here for our second unit. If you're at this stage, you already should have filled out the paper copy and submitted the online form. So submit the form before you start this, please. Now, our first step for the day is using the Venn diagram, show the factors of 18 and 36. What are the common factors of 18 and 36? So what we need to do here is start off by making our factor tree. Okay, so we know for 18, I'm going to pick two factors, and a factor is just a number I can multiply together to get 18. So I'm going to start off by picking 6 and 3, and I know 6 times 3 is 18, and then I just simply find the factors of each one. Well, 3 is a prime number, so there's nothing else I can multiply together to get 3, besides 1 and 3, and for 6 I could do both 2 and 3. Those aren't the only factors of 18, however, so I'm going to start another factor tree over here because I know that I could also multiply 2 and 9 together to get 18. So 2 and 9. Okay, and then to get 9, I could also multiply 3 and 3 together. I stop with the 2 because that is a prime number, right? There's nothing else I could multiply together to get it. Over here, I'm going to work on 36, and same thing, I need to make two factor trees. The first one I could start off here is 9 and 4. Okay, and I know that 9 times 4 equals 36. To get 4, I can multiply 2 and 2 together, 1 and 4, but I don't do that in my factor tree. 2 and 2 are both prime numbers. And to get 9, I could multiply 3 and 3 just like I have on the other side. Where it becomes a little more interesting is I could also multiply 2 and 18 together to get 36. So on one side I could have my 2, on the other side I could have my 18, and then you know my factor trees for this are going to look just like my ones over here do. Okay, so 2 and 9, and then 3 and 3 to get 9. So now all I need to do is simply insert these into my Venn diagram. All my factors are on the factor trees here. So let's start off by, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger because my writing is not going to be quite as elegant here. So I have, let's start off on the bottom, and I can see I have 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 are both factors here. So I can take my number, I'm going to insert it in the middle. 2, 3 are both common factors. I see that I have 9 as well, so 9 is a common factor. 4 I have on the 36 side, but not on the 18 side. So I'm going to add 4 over here. I can see that 36 I could also multiply 6 and 6 together, right? That would be another factor here. Right, so 6 times 6 is 36, and then both sides of that would go down to 2 and 3. And so that means that 6 is a common factor of both. So I can drag that into my middle here. I know that 18 is a common factor for both because I can multiply 2 and 18 together. So 18 would be another common factor. I can also see that 36 is not a common factor. It's only a factor of 36, so I can move that one over here. And I believe that's it. So I can go down here and take a look at my bottom row. And I notice that, yes, 2 is a common factor, 3 is a common factor, 12 is not a common factor, but 12 would be a factor of 36. Right, because I can multiply 12 by 3. And 36 is not a common factor. Over here, 2, 3, 4. 4 is not a common factor, so I can cross that one out. Same deal here, 4 is not a common factor, so that means that it is D here. 2, 3, 6, and 18, which is my list in the middle, are all the common factors. Scrolling down to our next question, it asks you to complete the factor tree, and what should the bottom row be? What do I need to multiply 8 by to get 48? Well, I know that's 6. So 8 times 6 is 48. To multiply 6 together, I can multiply 2 by 3, and both those just carry down. Right here I have 8, and 4 times 2 is 8, and I know that that would be 2, and I need to multiply 2 and 2 together to get 4. Taking a look at my factor tree, I have 4 2's and a 3 in that order, or I could mix up my last 2 here just like this one. So I know that A is my correct answer. Okay, so if you got both of those, give yourself 1 mark for each. Moving on to question 3. Another divisibility question. I can explain the divisibility rules. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 3? The trick is you take the two numbers and add them together and see if those two numbers are both divisible by 3. So I know that 3 plus 6 equals 9, and 9 is divisible by 3, so I know that 36 is also divisible by 3. If I try the same trick with 5 plus 7, I know that 5 plus 7 equals 12, and 12 is also divisible by 3. So from there, I can tell you that 57 is divisible by 3. I know that 11 is not, because 1 plus 1 is 2, and that is not. If I move up to 876, 8 plus 7 plus 6 equal 8 plus 7 plus 6 is equal to 21, which is divisible by 3, so I know that 876 is. How about 257? 2 plus 5 plus 7 is 14, which I know is not divisible. And 3 plus 9 plus 3, I can already tell you that will be divisible by 3 following my rule. So those are my 4 numbers here. I just need to find which one matches those, and it is B. So B is the correct answer. Okay. Which of the following is divisible by 6? This time I know it needs to be divisible by 3. I can follow the same trick, and divisible by 2, which means it needs to end in an even number. So right off the bat, I can cross these ones out. 1 plus 8 is 9, which is divisible by 3. So 18 is divisible by 2 and 3. 2, 2, 2, if I add that together I get 6. Both of is divisible by 3 and by 2. 2 plus 8 is 10, which is not divisible by 3. And 6 plus 9 I know will be divisible by 3. So those are my 3 numbers there that are divisible by 6. I find the matching one, and that is A. Scrolling down, use divisibility rules to sort, use a Venn diagram divisibility to sort by 8 and 10. So I need to make my Venn diagram here. I have 8, 10, and the numbers in the middle are divisible by both. Okay, so I know that if it is divisible by 10, it will end in a 0. So that's 190 and 280 as well as 600. Okay. And I'm just going to use my calculator to see if there's any remainder or a decimal for those ones. And I know that, so let's do 600 divided by 8 equals 75. So 75 is divisible by both. It goes in the middle. 416 is divisible. 416 is divisible by 8. Remember locks. 4, 1. 4, 1. What is going on here? 416 divided by 8 is 52, so I know 416 fits over here. 280 divided by 8 gives me no remainder, and it's divisible by 10. So 280 goes in the middle. And my last one is 190. I get a remainder on that one, so 190 is only divisible by 10. And then it says which numbers will fit in the joint circles. It's 75 and 280. Oh, sorry, that was the answer. This should be 600. So it should be 600 and 280, which is B. And my last page here. A grocery store sells potatoes, weigh 4 kilograms each. Which of the following bags can you buy? So I just need to find which one of these numbers is divisible by 4. I can already tell you that 45 will not be, because 4 times 10 is 40. Add one more, I get 44. How about 128 divided by 4 is 32, so I know that that is divisible. And I'm just going to check my other one, so I'm at it. 98 divided by 4, I get a remainder, so no. And 106 divided by 8, I get a remainder, so I know that's not it. And my answer is B. Please give yourself a mark for each of these questions. Write your total at the top of your page up here. So there were 6 questions. Your answer should be out of 6. And at the very top of your page here, you can go out of 6. I got 6, I hope. And then you can hand that in the basket. Your next task is to go and work on mathletics.